Greetings, folks. T-Mont back again for another drive time. Okay, folks. Another asked, and I'm going to answer. The title of this drive time: Feminized Young Men. Now, a man called me, or he called me. He sent me a text message. Was complaining about what he thought that his son was. And after gathering a little more information, he didn't raise the boy. Showed back up. Kid is now 16 years old. But he carries himself like a little woman. Has a couple of older sisters raised by his mom. He's a mama's boy. And after I said what I had to say to him, he wasn't too pleased with the answer. And I said, basically, you ain't got no reason to complain, bro. You wasn't there. You know, it is what it is. Just like this dude who was tripping about Eddie Long, his son, calling him dad. And supposedly he was going up in him. Ain't no need in the dad being mad. You beat feet when the kid was 6 months old. Now you want to show up and you want to get on the news and talk junk. You need to get somewhere and sit down. And I'm going to break this down for you. I see this all the time. I was just at a FAMU game. And I saw little boys with skinny jeans on. The lips all pursed up and whatnot. I will guarantee you that every little boy that you see walking around here that's feminized, there is no father, I mean a man of men in the household with him, teaching him what it is to be a man. I'll guarantee you, prove me wrong. Find me a kid that's feminized, think he's a little girl, or want to be a woman when he grows up, that's got a father in the household that was a man of men, teaching him what it was all about. I remember when I was not a teenager, but in grade school, I would go spend the summers with my uncles, my grandmother. And when I would walk around with my arm bent up in a 90-degree angle and my wrist bent down in the opposite angle, 90 degrees, my uncles would slap the hell out of the back of my wrist. Boy, put your hand down. You ain't no little girl. My uncles were men of men, teaching their nephews what it is to be men, not to mention my father. So this is why we are getting all these little feminized boys thinking they are women. You need to see my video, look it up, homosexual knockoffs, because I explained some stuff about that. But that's where this is coming from, and folks, this is a fact. Now, I'm going to be called Uncle Tom and Coon and all this other nonsense, but it's the truth. You know, when a younger brother said, nobody knocks him for it, but when I say it, I get knocked and I get accused of dropping the ball. My generation, that is. Folks, I'm just as pissed off at the Negroes that ran away from their kids as you are. I despise them. I tell them, oh, I have got in arguments with Negroes about this. But anyway, that's another story. But if you look, when I was growing up, it was something out of the ordinary when I ran into a kid who said he didn't have a dad. And not because his dad had died. He just didn't have a dad because he didn't know who the hell he was. That was something that you just didn't see. It wasn't a norm. I asked my dad, well, Dad, when you were growing up, when you were a kid, my dad is 78 and I'm 50. Did you see women walking around dressed up like men and me? No, man, that didn't exist then. I said, were there gays that were open? He said there were folks that you might have suspected, but, it wasn't open like how it is today. So things that my dad saw, didn't see, I saw, and things that you guys see today, I didn't see coming up as a kid. But this is a guaranteed fact. Most of the families that have young male children in them, black especially, are being raised by single women. And I'll bet you a dime to a donut that 100% of these little feminized boys that you see walking around the streets today, skinny jeans, lips all pursed up, and the whole 9 yards, I'll guarantee you there is not a man, not a real working class man that's worth a damn in the household raising them. I will guarantee it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Now, there may be exceptions to every rule, but I doubt it. There's an exception to that one, because I know a man would not allow his son to grow up confused like that. Not at all. But it is what it is. These are the times that we live in, and folks don't understand that we bring it on ourselves with the choices that we make. Women no longer value their bodies. Men no longer value their seed. And that is why we are in the situation that we are in. And you want to know who the major culprits are? And we coming up to election day tomorrow? Democrats. And you know what? I despise the Republican Party as well. So guess what, folks? As Malcolm X said, one is a fox, and the other like unto it, a doggone wolf. Both of the canine family. And they screwing us all, white and black. Team out till next time.